Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. Income inequality. It's a topic of passionate discussion today in many of the circles that I move in. The discussion often starts with a foregone conclusion that income inequality is a huge problem in the U.S. and is inherently bad. Some solutions I hear include increasing the top income tax bracket to 90%, initiating an annual wealth tax, or increasing the estate tax to 100% after some minimal level has been met, say like $5 million. While leveling the playing field will certainly solve income inequality, it won't solve the real problem. And when I say that, I often get stares of bewilderment and even disdain. It isn't unusual for people to slowly distance themselves as if I had shapeshifted into Donald Trump. First, let's consider how bad is income inequality in the U.S. How bad has it gotten in the last 50, 100 years? Well, the surprising thing is it's no worse today than it was over the last 80 years. The CIA World Facebook 25 Gini Index, which is a rating where 0 is equal income and 100 is completely unequal income, finds the U.S. rates a 45, which interestingly is exactly what the U.S. rated in 1929. That puts us in 38th place in the world for income inequality, slightly above the global median, which is 39.4. The worst 30 countries have ratings of 47 to 63. Regardless of the fact that income inequality hasn't increased over the last 80 years, what is the real problem with income inequality? A common assumption is that it's created in America where most people don't have enough to afford a minimal quality of life. Fair enough, but is it true? In a column from October 2015, George Will cites a new book, On Equality, by Harry G. Frankfurt, a Princeton emeritus professor of philosophy. Frankfurt drives home a main contention that economic inequality is not inherently morally objectionable, and that doing worse than others does not entail doing badly. His alternative to economic egalitarianism, tough word to roll off the tongue early in the morning, is the doctrine of sufficiency, which is that the moral imperative should be that everyone have enough. Now consider this. If you're a U.S. citizen with an income over $32,400, you are in the world's top 1%. 32.4 puts you in the world's top 1%er. Globally, you are considered rich. Indeed, the poorest 1% of U.S. citizens have more wealth than 2/3 of the world's people. Clearly, income inequality in the U.S. does not inherently mean everyone in society doesn't have enough. This would suggest that complaints about U.S. income inequality may be in response to something other than having enough. Perhaps the real problem is more of a discontent of those who are comfortable but envious. That's what George Will would suggest. Now consider this. To be in the top 1% in income in the U.S., you need to earn over $380,000 a year. Someone earning $32,400 a year, even though they're in the global top 1%, may easily lose that perspective when viewing someone earning over $380,000, over 10 times what they're earning. The comparison could foster discontent by stirring up feelings of envy, jealousy, worthlessness, unworthiness, shame, and guilt. Rather than taking responsibility for and exploring these difficult emotions, instead we often shove them deep within and demonize others. Will suggested that the biggest underlying producer of income inequality is freedom. Freedom includes the power to choose careers, such as opting to be a teacher rather than an engineer, with full knowledge that teachers generally earn substantially less than engineers. The economic and non-economic benefits of each profession are dictated by market forces, rather than those in government deciding the winners and the losers. Envy of the rich is almost timeless and universal. Properly reframed, it can also be very motivating. Contrary to the common perception, 85% of the top 1% did not inherit their wealth, but their first generation millionaires or billionaires. Perhaps envy didn't drive them to try to tear down what others had achieved. Instead, it motivated them to build their own success. Thanks for joining me.